What's going on? It's Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Sorry about the wind. I don't have a windscreen because I record everything on my phone unless I'm over in the studio. But nonetheless, it works, and my message is still what my message is. And my message today is that be careful who it is that you trust. I was listening to a conversation today on social media specifically because YouTube is a form of entertainment for me, and I don't really watch regular TV. So when I get an opportunity to be able to tune in to certain things, I leverage that, and I use that as ammunition in addition to my real life experiences as I walk here in Detroit. I use that as my ammunition in order to emphasize what it is that I'm saying, right? And it's nothing more eye-opening than the sentiment of a woman that get into her emotions and then you let her talk. And when you let her talk, she'll tell you exactly what she really thinks and what's really happening out in these streets. And one of the things that she communicated as I was viewing, and I don't want to necessarily mention the pod that I was listening to because, no free promotion. I like to source and then reference what it is that I talk about when I'm reacting to a video, but I'm not giving no free promotion because I worked hard for my own platform and I don't even be getting the credit. Shout out to a lot of these sites on Instagram that be using my stuff and they don't be giving me credit, right? But neither here nor there. And she was basically saying the sentiment of a woman and that she believes that almost every woman cheat because every woman that she knows has cheated. Now, this is not a young woman, right? This is a woman that was probably in her 30s, if I had to guess. And so, yeah, she was young, but she wasn't young enough to not know a bunch of women in her lifetime from college to high school, all through her adult years. And she was just emphasizing that she don't know a woman that hasn't cheated. That's disappointing. That's very much disappointing because there were times in history where it was a standard. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember my cousins, my little cousins, because I got all brothers, 3 brothers, no sisters, except for their wives, but we consider that family. But I had a lot of female cousins, right? And I remember my cousins being sent to charm school. Is that even a thing now? My cousins were sent to charm school, family. I don't even believe that there's a such thing as a charm school anymore. And if it was, they might get shamed and then be forced to shut down because it doesn't fit into this social media era narrative that women should be able to do whatever it is that they want when they want to do it. And they shouldn't even be putting themselves in a position to have any manners or anything like that, right? Charm school. Most guys that are out here are jaded. And they're not jaded because all of them has had something done to them. No. Some of them are jaded for some child support court. Some of them are jaded because, of how they get done and how they treated. But I think that they're subconsciously jaded by the environment that we now subject ourselves to, and that you cannot trust women. I mean, women used to be the backbone of the community, right? When everything go wrong, or you go out there and you killing yourself every day and you trying to make sure that you take care of business and you a community leader. And I remember my father in particular, he used to come home from working 12-hour shifts. And then we were kind of like the backbone of our community in that, all of the young guys would come over, right? He would work like 5, 6 in the morning to 5, 6 in the afternoon. And then we would hoop all night and all evening long because we had lights in our backyard. And so my mom was really the backbone of that because she supported every single thing that my father stood for. And there's so many young men in the community that benefited as a result of being able to come over our house, and she would cook for everybody. Like, it wasn't no one man above the group. There was no one man above the group. Meaning that we ate the same thing that the rest of the community ate because they was at our house. And so everybody ate. And my father would put in all of the work, not because he wanted to become a rich man, but because he knew he had to feed every young mouth that came over our household. But then at the same time, again, it was my mother, and I give her so much love, and I make sure that she's taken care of for the rest of her life, even if she wasn't remarried some years after my father passed away, when she got widowed, I give her so much credit because she really did follow under the leadership of my father, right? And so when I see the women today, and my aunts and cousins, and they followed in the footsteps, and you know, some of my cousins even married my best friends. Yeah, my best friends, some of the best friends that came over and hooped and wound up becoming great men, some of them actually married my cousins. As wild as that sounds, right? It is a real thing. I might even do a live stream and bring some of them up, but I know that they don't want that level of visibility. The women in my family just like to stay low key, be wives, and chill. But when I see what's happening out here in these streets today, you know what I see? I see a bunch of women operating, thinking that they men, and it's insane. No character, no love, no nurturing, no good sentiment within their heart to actually have the best interests of the men that's around them. And it's like, she was talking so crazy and was having a conversation about how they cheating, where they cheating, how you still, she was giving advice to other women about how to make sure that she cheats and not get caught. Basically saying that she was using the men that were around her for resources, using her husband, but then at the same time making sure that she getting bussed down by some other dude that don't care nothing about her. So she was giving her best self to the dude that didn't matter, but she was making sure that she was getting taken care of by her husband. And so she was giving advice on how women cheat, and she was just basically saying that all women do it, and this is why women don't get caught the way that men do, and why they cheat more effectively and they cheat more. And I was very much disappointed. I am. I'm not even gonna kid you. I'm very much disappointed. I'm about to get in the car and get out of here. I'm gonna go see Godzilla tonight. But I'm very much disappointed. What? Oh yeah. I know why my lights popped on. I'm very disappointed in y'all. I am. And the fact that y'all won't even hold each other accountable, and then we got to be the bad guys, and then y'all want to paint us as the mean ones because we want to make sure that we got guys with wives instead of guys with chicks from the streets that they married, because it's the difference between a guy that get married versus a guy that actually find a wife. You can get married to anything. You can get married to anything, but it's very difficult at this point in life to actually find a wife. So my advice to guys is be very, very vigilant. Be very, very careful. Make sure that she proves herself. Don't automatically give her the title, but make sure she proves herself worthy of marriage, and vet her so effectively, because trust is the backbone for who it is that you're gonna lay next to every day. It's the most important financial decision and decision that you're gonna make in your entire life. This is probably gonna be the mother of your children. And so you gotta be very, very careful who it is that you stand next to, because it could be the worst decision or the best decision of your life. And right now, based off of what I see happening out here in these streets, you got a better chance of it being the worst decision than the best decision. I reserve the right to change my mind when I see it in a different environment, but till then, we got work to do. I love you, and I speak to you in love. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know your thoughts inside of the comments. Make sure you tap in. Anton Daniels. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.